I didn't actually believe when I heard it for the first time about Assad's being overthrown by the opposition forces. A lot of people paid their lives for this, and I think it's going to take a lifetime to really reflect on all those stories. I am Nour Qormosh, a journalist from Syria, and between us, Syrians have finally made it. A lot of people thought this regime was invincible and indestructible. People were actually in a joyful shock. It was like Eid times. Some of them told me that now, after more than 13 years, we can finally return to our homes. Even if it was a pile of dirt, we're gonna rebuild again. My dad left the regime in 2012. So I called him and he started crying, telling me that all of our efforts didn't go in vain. I couldn't really hold up my tears after, hearing my dad's talking and hearing his voice on the phone, choking with his own words. During my coverage at the beginning, I always told the guys and my colleagues that we're currently writing the Syrian history and erasing a 60 years period span of dictatorship.
I'm standing here in front of Aleppo's University Hospital.
I still remember going to Aleppo's University Hospital after it's been targeted with heavy airstrike. We've kept hearing the sources and the on-the-ground sources telling us to evacuate because warplanes are still hovering over the site. But the story has to be told, the truth of what's happening here, even if the payment is our own lives. You can't really find any Syrian house who hasn't paid the ultimate price. Journalists, people who fought, revolutionists, and all of those who were on the ground fighting against this regime. His name was Mustafa. He was not only a journalist or a cameraman or somebody I work with. He was an older brother. He was a mentor. He was 31 when he was killed. He was displaced from Aleppo in the 2016 military campaign. Aleppo was the first governor that was seized by the opposition forces. He told me that I'm heading now to Aleppo and you can catch up. I packed everything. I was prepared to go, and I slept for a few hours. Then I woke up at 5 a.m. I had a text from one of my friends. He told me that Mustafa was shot by the YPG. I can't really put in words what I felt back then because I couldn't really feel anything I couldn't really see because my vision was all black. And the one thing that I actually happy about that he got to see his city after he was displaced, at least for one day. People of Syria really have a saying before the revolution, the walls have ears. I'm sure everybody heard of Sednaya. They started taking everybody who is even suspected in supporting the 2011 uprising to the slaughterhouses. And I've seen one of those who were released from Sednaya, and I couldn't believe that that person was a human being. I couldn't see any flesh, only bones. Some of them lost their memories. Some of them lost their names. Some of them don't know where they are. Some of them really couldn't believe that Assad had fallen. All Syrians have the same wish. They just really want to live in peace. They just really want to see Syria a better country. Some people are, scared for the Hayat Tahrir Sham and the Ahmed al-Shara to bring back their previous days into the new Syria, but the majority don't really believe that. For me personally, when I was in Aleppo, I was very close to this airstrike. I sat for a bit on the streets and I thought of my kid, actually. I told myself, oh Allah, I really want to see my kid grow up. And I was thinking about all the parents who lost their children. And I was thinking about all the children who lost their parents. And All I wished for back then was a safe Syria. A safe Syria where parents have the right to see their children grow up, and children have the right to be watched by their parents.